Bonjour à tous. Alors, certains astrologues qui utilisent mes livres ne me connaissent en réalité que via mon ouvrage Comprendre la Lune Noire, paru pour la première fois en 1991. Il était paru notamment, je me suis emparée du sujet pour réfuter la thèse de Joël de Gravelaine qui avait fait paraître un ouvrage intitulé Le retour de Lilith. Il n'était pas juste, de mon point de vue, de l'associer au mythe de Lilith, notamment parce qu'il existait un astéroïde déjà nommé ainsi. Mais j'invitais aussi dès 1991 à mener la quête et l'enquête concernant cet objet énigmatique dont on commençait à parler, mais en suivant sa mythologie, on voyait que c'était dès le 19e siècle. Toujours est-il que enquêter sur ce sujet, je l'ai fait en 30 ans. Et ça me permet de vous aider à clarifier certaines choses, car je rappelle que l'astrologie est avant tout de la philosophie appliquée. J'écris des livres qui sont des manuels pratiques, mais ceci est censé élever votre niveau philosophique par la pratique, précisément. Donc nous allons voir la suite pour mieux comprendre ce que je veux dire.
A little interest for that, about 3 houses for every one that we sell them, but you have to be in business for yourself. If you're not in business, people didn't buy the book. People don't want to listen. We've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, since down to Adam's time. We take the children of our enemy, which is the white race, and we bring them to the basements in the synagogues, where we drain the blood and watch them die there. It's very similar to how we do the sacrifices that we do with the kosher butchering, and so we do that, and then we mix it with the Passover bread, and so we eat the blood of our enemies. And the bodies, we're not cannibals, so what we do is we take those, because we can make some shekels, and we give them to the slaughterhouses. And those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular thing, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the goyim out here are really eating their children. And even when we say this outright and tell you people, you don't believe it. So that's your problem.
It's always baffled me to a varying degree, Rabbi Finkelstein. But I'm wondering, how did you ever totally get control of these Christian churches who at one time told their congregations to stay away from you Jews? How did that happen?
Well, you know, our father Lucifer, the number one thing of all the organizations out there on the earth that we would want to infiltrate and take over of you goyim, obviously would be the churches. So we attacked them first, and we attacked them most. And we infiltrated the Catholic Church right from the very beginning. Why do you think the Pope and all the cardinals and the bishops wear a yarmulke? And so then we took all your books that had all your scriptures in there, and we burned them. And then we wrote them in Latin so that you couldn't understand them. But we understood Latin because we're Jews and we're smart. Teach yourself. You don't self-teach. You're always looking for somebody else to do it for you. So you wind up being schleppers all your life. And so anyway, 1,000 years later, when a bunch of the white race started to wake up in Europe, and they started to leave the Catholic Church, it was a terrible time because we weren't making as many shekels as we used to. So we had to put a stop to it. So the kings that we had in our hip pocket, just like the politicians of Washington, D.C. today, we paid them off to get you declared heretics, so that they would crucify you and kill you. But there was too many of you, and the West was opening up, where the Jews opened up New York and Rio, and everybody started going west to the Americas. And so we had to come up with a plan B. And plan B, we formed the Jesuits. was a nice boy, Ignatius Loyola, that he started the Jesuits, and so they decided to infiltrate all the Protestant churches out there, and as always, us Jews work our way to the top, and then we take over the money line, the shekel line, the most important line, the lifeline, the gold, and so we took that over. And so slowly but surely we teach the teachings, change them a little bit to where it's all run by the Catholic Church again, the Mother Church. It's your mother, but the Father Church is the synagogues in Israel, and in the synagogues, of course, Karl Marx, Moses Mordecai Levy, who had a couple of grandfathers that were Jewish. He's the one who created it, along with Engels. He was another nice Jewish boy. And we implemented it and got that started in Russia. It was a great deal of good.
Источник зла – это Бог, не сатана. В иудаизме сатана – это и есть Бог. Источник зла – это Бог, не сатана. В иудаизме сатана – это и есть Бог.
Ce que je souligne donc, enfin il me semble que c'est clair après les avoir écoutés, c'est quand même mieux quand c'est eux-mêmes qui le disent. Hein. Et donc je pense que c'est un peu plus clair et je souligne à l'heure actuelle que j'ai élaboré depuis lors un enseignement depuis 30 ans, donc un enseignement en astrologie karmique que je présente désormais comme un antidote au transhumanisme parce qu'il vous permet d'évoluer vers la connaissance de vous-même. Et je l'ai peu à peu défini comme une astrologie de la Lune, et donc ce qui nous permet de comprendre que la Lune noire représente ce féminin occulté par l'histoire. Et j'ai fait connaître là dernièrement sur mon Patreon une vidéo disant clairement, parlant clairement de l'erreur des Israélites qui priaient la déesse et se sont convertis ensuite à Yahvé, mais leur croyance première était celle de la déesse. Et il précisait bien que du temps où il la priait, il connaissait la prospérité et l'abondance. Donc j'invite tout le monde à la conversion et dans les pas de Joël de Gravelaine à opérer un retour à la déesse sans lequel il n'y aura pas de rédemption possible parce que ça signifie destruction de l'humanité et de la planète, ce qui est clairement un projet satanique.